Hello everyone, welcome back to Cudgeldeer. That's right, we are back in Gnomoria, and as you can see, we still have a lot to do. Let's go ahead and get them going. We have a lot of people cutting down trees, we have foraging happening, we have our miners are actually probably just sitting around doing nothing right now. So what we're gonna do, gonna pause it real quick. What I want to do is get at least some centralized stuff going. We want to create a stockpile of a small stockpile, and we're gonna make it somewhat low priority, and we're gonna say everything is going to get stored here. Actually, we don't need to store, pretty much just goods for now we can store there. That will store all of the logs, all of the dirts, everything like that, and we are going to go ahead and build some storage. We have 3 crates right now. We're going to go ahead and build those. We have a couple barrels, and I believe we have 2 sacks that we can put down as well. There we go, 2 bags. And so we're going to build those. The crates store most goods, and they hold, I think, 32 items? Yeah, every crate will hold up to 32 items. Barrels will hold up to 64 drinks. So we have strawberry wine right now, 64 out of 64. Bags will hold cloth, seeds, and clippings. But what this will do is it'll create an area where we can store all of our items. Right now there's going to be a whole bunch of overflow just because we are going to have a heck of a lot of logs and berries and stone clumps and all of this stuff. So this is probably going to get overwhelmed pretty darn quick. So you'll see they're now picking up everything and they're starting to store it all. So that's great. We have logs going down. We have our dirt clumps, our stone clumps, all of that. And we're actually going to get some more mining done. This is probably just going to be a general entryway and passageway. We're going to have a T here, and it's going to start building up into this mountain is my goal. But I also want to claim a large area of land. By the end of this season, I want to have some walls up so we don't have to worry too much about goblins. And if they do attack, I want them to have only one entryway in that is easy to secure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take our terrain, and we are going to dig a ramp down right in this area, and this should clear out. If we forge right here, that should lower this down so there's a nice little pathway from this area over into this area. And I'm gonna just take the agriculture, and we are going to fell all of these trees just to have a nice flat area free of anything that we can just work on. We'll probably set up our farms and our grows over here. So this is where we're going to replant all of our trees. We're going to replant all of our farms, and let's go ahead and get that going. We have our agricultural people. We have them cutting saplings right now, which is good. These guys are busy digging down. Perfect. And we have to wait for that to get picked before that ramp will get put down, which is fine. Next, what we need to do, there's so much to do at the very beginning that it's easy to get overwhelmed. What I'm going to do, I set up a couple new professions. We have the laborer and the crafter. The laborer basically is going to be responsible for cutting down wood. We're going to set it the mining scale, but it's also going to be working with the ranching, the animals. It's going to be in charge of horticulture and farming. So any farms and grows that we set up are going to be working there. And then we have the crafter, who I think has all professions right now, but I have workshop at the very top. So the very first thing that it's going to try to do is see if there's any jobs available to be done, such as creating the planks here. And actually, I'm going to craft planks to 10. as well as a chisel. We want to craft that to 1. And same here, this should be crafted to 1. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to create planks until we have 10 of them. And then we're going to create chisels until we have 1 of them. So both of these should be able to go simultaneously, and they'll be working on planks. And then we can say craft a chair and craft the workbench. And we want to have at least 1 of those at any given time. And so we can set that here as well. Workbench craft to 1. Chair craft to 1. Therefore, we'll be able to start working on some of the more important industries as well. Okay. And I forgot to set these. So we have builders. You guys are going to become crafters. Like so. Farmer, we're going to make a laborer. Woodcutter is not a jeweler. A laborer. Laborer. Rancher will be laborer. Miner, I'm only going to keep 1 miner for now. Who has the better mining skill? Looks like Jabba. Jabba always has the better mining skill. So we have 2 crafters, 1 miner, and everyone else is going to be a laborer. So basically the laborers are going to be able to do anything that needs to be done in the kingdom right now. As we grow, as we gain more gnomes, we'll be able to specialize more. But for now, I just want everyone to be able to do any job that needs to be done. That way they don't have to worry about focusing on learning how to do everything. They aren't going to scale up in everything very quickly, but that's okay because that's wrong. Cancel that. We want terrain, dig, ramp down, and that should get rid of that. So we have a nice little pathway right there. Our miner should come and dig that. And that should just destroy that area right there. Perfect. Okay. So next what we want is we want to be able to build some walls for defense. So let's build terrain wall. And for now we're just going to do dirt walls. It really doesn't matter what they're made out of, just as long as they work and they block everything. So as long as that's being built, we'll have a wall here. We'll put a wall over here. Wall right here, and a wall right in here somewhere, and that should prevent anything from coming down into this lower area. We'll also have to worry about ramps because if there's just walls right here, obviously the goblins will be able to come up, around, and back down, and that's not going to help us very much if they come around the edges there. So something that we need to think about. So for now, though, it's a lot of just sitting around letting them do what they need to do. Agriculture, we want to, we don't need to cut them. We want to cut clippings so that we can plant more of them in the future. So we'll go ahead and set those. And right now we're just cutting pine clippings. Our miner, you know, we should probably set our miner as a laborer as well. That way he is at least doing something. Perfect. What are they doing over there? Cutting clippings. That's fine. Eventually they'll start cutting down these trees. But our guys over here, how many planks do we have so far? Workbench, we can see we have 10 planks, so probably working on a chisel right now, and then they're going to start working on making a chair. Yeah, they just grabbed the stone. We should see that turn into a chisel here in just a second. And then she, looks like, is making a chair. Perfect. Where are you guys going? Cutting clippings. Okay. That's fine. You guys are cutting down the trees. Perfect. So there's our chair. Now she's probably making some more planks. You guys are working on building up a wall for us. Perfect. Let's rotate around. And what we're going to want to do then is remove the ramps. By removing these ramps, it'll then create a sheer face that they won't be able to, nothing will be able to go up or down from. And so that will help keep us protected. This isn't a huge priority right now just because it is only the second day of spring. Every month in this game has 12 days. So we have 12 days to really get everything up and running. And right now, our gnomes are so exhausted that they're just falling asleep on the floor. So that's something that we're going to have to work on pretty soon too. But now we should be able to... Can we make a sawmill? No, we need saw blades. So if we build a workshop, in order to make a saw blade, we need a stone mason. So let's build a stone mason. Can we do that? Yep. Workbench, chair, and chisel. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and set this. These are all going to be temporary locations. We're just kind of putting them out in the open. Eventually we'll have buildings built so that, you know, they're designed for the professions and everything. But for now, we want to make sure that we can get as many of these buildings up and running as quickly as possible so we can start working on making all the supplies that we're going to need in life. So there he goes. Or who's building it? Who is that? Mooney! Mooney is building us a stonemason shop. Perfect. So with that chisel, the chair, and the workbench, that is going swimmingly. And Ceci fell asleep on the floor. Okay, what can we build here? Okay, so we can build the saw blade, but we're going to need blocks. And in order to make blocks, we're going to actually need to make a stone cutter. So we're missing a chair and a workbench. Those are going to get built here pretty quick, hopefully. But for now, everyone has just passed out on the floor. So it looks like they're starting to wake up. Perfect. And everything's getting thrown into the storage bin. So it looks like we can go ahead and... No, not cut clippings. We want to fell trees. And actually, what we should do is start making a little bit of a farm area so we can start growing some food. Let's see, we have 77 strawberry seeds, and this will let us plant 60 strawberries, so that's a good start. Look at them go. Perfect. So right now they're tilling the land, and then they'll plant it, and in a couple days, hopefully, we'll have strawberries. And then next to it, let's go ahead and make another farm. And we can make that for wheat. Wheat will be important for making bread. It'll be important for feeding our animals. Our animals require a grain of some sort to stay alive. But the wheat can also be turned into a beer or a sandwich of some sort. So that's a good way to... It's kind of an all-purpose crop. And then the other option that we have is to grow cotton. Cotton obviously can't be eaten, but it's used for a lot of purposes. Mostly at the beginning, we're going to be using it for bandages. In case anybody takes a wound of some sort, it'll help them heal up very quickly from that. So look at them go. Goodness. Then our two laborers are asleep on the floor. That's cute. Alright, stone cutter. How close are we? We're still nowhere close. That's okay. So now what they're going to do is they're going to go grab the seeds, start planting the seeds, and hopefully soon we will have some sort of crops being planted or being grown. But let's go ahead and remove the ramps. A couple more places here. Just to, I don't want to remove all the ramps for obvious reasons. It'll just limit our movement around on the map. But at the same time, it'll, come on, cancel. Cancel job. Why can't I click on cancel job? Come on. Can I do it this way? There we go. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and remove some of these ramps. Like I said, it will limit our movements, but it'll also prevent any invaders from having free reign over everything. So let's go ahead and remove the ramps. I don't want to go overboard, but I know that I'm going to, because I always do this just to be super, super safe. And then eventually we can add more in. Whoa, okay. We'll just go ahead and remove these ramps up here. And that should create a wall of sorts. Try and move ramps. So this one doesn't need to be removed. I'm not sure why I can't click on it on the cancel job. We can cancel that one. Okay. Let's see. Train. Remove ramp. Let's see. How do we want to do this? We're just going to slowly go through. Let's see. We can build terrain, wall, nice soil. The beautiful soil walls. We can just do that right through there. Then we will want to remove the ramp here and here, which also means that we will want to remove the ramp like so. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and let this run for a little bit, try to get all of these ramps cleared out, and I'll probably lower down some of this so that all of this area is on level with this, so we don't have to worry too much about that. I might actually, now that I think about it, just move everything down to this ground level and then remove the ramps here. I don't know, we'll see. There's just so much to be done. We will see you here in just 1 second. Alright, so we're back, and what I've done is I've gone ahead and deconstructed the buildings that we had up here, and we're moving them down. I dug out this area so we have a little more flat land that we can deal with. We do have these trees up here that are going to prevent us from digging down too much, but this gives us quite a bit of flat area that we can live with right now. We need to build up these crude workbenches again, so we can place one here and we'll put one here for now. Placing is horrible, but hopefully we won't have these for too much longer. And then I've gone ahead and we left a ramp here. This is how people are getting up and down, and I set them to pick up the saplings and the fruit that are around here, and I set up one more stockpile, and this is just for clippings, because what we're going to do here is we are going to set up some groves where we will be replanting all of these trees. And looks like they are gathering some more cotton and some of the food off the ground. And looks like things are starting to work. Looks like we need to set up these again because it is a new... We only want one of those. We want one of those. We want one of those. And honestly, we probably don't even need the second one at this point. Instead of making the... Because we deconstructed the stonemason, I decided to build it as a stone cutter instead. And that way we can start crafting some stone blocks. And 25 should be more than enough. With that, we will be able to start making... any kind of stone tools and everything like that with all the different, once we get our stonemason up. We could also get a stone carver, which will let us make trade goods. They don't really have much use for us, but once we start trading with other kingdoms, it's a great way to make money so that we can buy other resources that we really need. And then over here we have a carpenter, and what I want to do is I want to make a couple more crates for one thing, and I'd love to get some beds going, but unfortunately that's not anything that we're going to get anytime soon. But we want to make sure that we have a chair, and we want to make sure that we have one of those. We don't really need much furniture, so beds, tables we don't really need, the dressers we don't need. Crates are going to be good for storing everything so we can get our stockpiles looking a little bit nicer. A wheelbarrow might be nice, but probably not too, not too important at this point. But we just want to get everything going as smoothly as possible. We have who's working over there. This is who was it? Who is it? Talon Bashadi is making some stone blocks for us, which is great. And this is all cleared out. I can't believe that we're already getting copper. That is so good. We're nowhere close to being able to use it, but once we do get to that point, it's going to be great. Let's go ahead and get some groves going. They don't have to be overly large. Maybe 8 by 10 or 4 by 10. That would give us 40. Can plant some apple trees. Let's get another one here. We can plant some pine trees. And then we can set this one up to birch, which it will be convenient since the birch is already planted in those areas. So I don't think that they will have to plant those. But what they'll do is they'll go ahead and plant the trees. You can see a job set up right there. And we need to set up one more little grove for orange trees. You can just make it, well, we'll make it 4 by 10. And we'll set it for orange trees. And so it'll just replant it, and then we don't really have to worry about trees all that much. We can also manually plant trees later if we need to. But with that much, we will have more than enough trees to last us for quite some time, I think. Let's go ahead and remove the ramps over here just to be safe, because we aren't really going up these ramps. And we'll leave one ramp over here so that they can get back in there. We are going to need some access to stone for sure, but we can go ahead and clear these off, and we should be pretty much safe. The only ways in right now are through this area right here, and then a couple ramps that we still have set up. We can remove these ramps so they'll be able to come up and down right here. They'll be able to go up and down right here, and really that's all that we have to worry about come summertime. So we're fairly well secure, and once summertime comes, we'll lower the entrances to just one. We'll probably make it right here for now. I don't know, we might make a little hole right here in a wall, but let's go ahead and build some terrain. Soil wall. We should be able to build it just like so. Perfect. Wait, nope, that's the wrong height. That's the wrong height. Cancel that job. Cancel that. Okay. Bring it down a little bit. Mine the wall. Or not mine. Build terrain, wall, dirt clumps. Perfect. Okay. Now we're only 4 days in, and we're pretty much isolated from the world, which not the best thing to brag about, but it is fairly secure at the very least. So with this, we can focus on building up our industry. We should have everything going here. We might actually be able to build our stonemason again. No, nowhere close. Okay, let's see. We should be building planks here. Any log, craft to 10, please. Okay. So now this should just be crafting planks for the most part. As the planks are being built, they'll be used in the carpenter, with the carpenter to make the other things. So looks like we have a couple more crates built. We have 2 crates. We're gonna set up a job for 3 of them though, since 3 will be made at some point. The 3rd will be made. That will let us store some more of this. And looks like things are really starting to look up. We have a fair amount of area that we can work with, and over time I'm sure we'll be expanding. We do want to start working into this area. We'll probably make another secondary entrance down here and just build stairs up into here, especially since there's so much copper there that we can use. But until we get some more nomads coming in with some migrant waves, we really aren't going to have much of a metal industry going at all. So looks like there's one more ramp that we need to clear off right there. And it looks like we are pretty much secure. And our industries are starting to come up, which is great. And soon we'll be able to start expanding and maybe start specializing in some different professions instead of having everyone doing the exact same thing. So we'll see how that goes. But with that, I think I will leave you. Next episode, like I said, we'll probably start working on getting some more of our industry buildings going. Hopefully, you know, starting to clean up all of this mess that we have on the ground, set up some real stockpiles to store everything, hopefully get some crates put down, all of that, and we're off to a fairly good start. Now these yaks are actually going up here. We should probably designate a stockpile right here, and we should put, does wheat go in here? Wheat, nope, does not. Let's see, food, drink, plant, is this it? Grain. And we can store our grains there, and if we say clean floor, it'll store them right there, and get it so that the yaks stop wandering all the way up there to feed themselves. I'm not sure why the yaks are having to go up there to eat, and I'm not sure why our gnomes aren't actually feeding them themselves, so hopefully we can get that figured out soon. But it looks like our gnomes are hard at work getting these saplings cut and replanted, and things are going good. So again, thank you for watching. Next episode we'll hopefully start working on, like I said, cleaning everything up, and we should be good to go. But I will see you guys next time. But until next time, and as always, don't be a stranger, and take care.